Hey you. Yeah, you. Ever wondered what it would be like if you met a time traveler? Sounds like something straight out of a sci-fi movie, right? Well, what if I told you that this could actually happen? Imagine, just for a second, what if you met someone who's traveled through time? It may sound crazy, but stick with me, because today we're going to explore what could really happen if you met a time traveler. Now, before you start thinking this is all just wild imagination, think about this for a second. Time travel might not be as far-fetched as we think. Sure, we don't have the DeLorean from Back to the Future, but the concept is based on real scientific theories. So what would happen if you actually met someone from the future or the past? That's where things get really interesting. Let's dive into it and see what could happen. Okay, picture this. You're out for a walk or just going about your day and suddenly you bump into someone. They look a little off. Maybe they're wearing odd clothes or carrying a device that looks straight out of a sci-fi movie. You brush it off, but then they look at you and say, "I'm from the future." At first you'd probably laugh, right? Maybe think they're joking or even a little crazy. But then they start telling you things that haven't happened yet. They talk about world events, technology advancements, and maybe even personal details about your life that no one could know. It's way too accurate to be a coincidence. Now you're hooked. Your mind is racing with questions. What's it like in the future? Is the world better or have we messed it up? Do we have flying cars? And wait, time travel doesn't get boring, does it? Like you'd probably have 1,000 questions all at once. But here's the thing. What if the answers they gave you were more than you bargained for? What if they told you something about your life or your future? Something so big it could change everything. Would you want to know? Or would it be better not to? After all, knowing the future could be more of a curse than a blessing, right? Now let's get into the tough part. If you really met a time traveler, could you trust them? What if they told you something about your future? Maybe they warned you about a mistake you were about to make. Or they gave you insight into something that would change the course of your life. Would you take that advice? Or would you think twice and wonder if their presence in your life is just a mistake in itself? And here's the big question. What happens if you act on the information a time traveler gives you? Could you change your future for the better? Or would you mess up the timeline completely? Could the mere act of knowing the future change everything? It's a tough call. Sometimes ignorance really is bliss. So now I want to know, what would you do if you met a time traveler? Would you believe them? Or would you think they were pulling your leg? If you had a chance to know your future, would you want to? Drop your thoughts in the comments below and let's talk about it. Time travel may still be a theory, but the idea of meeting a time traveler, well, that could happen any day. Who knows, maybe in the future people like you and me will have these kinds of encounters. If you enjoyed this little thought experiment, hit that subscribe button because we've got plenty more mind-bending ideas coming your way.